Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, after 7 years serving as the Mount Pleasant Area Chamber of Commerce Executive Vice President, Christy Perry has submitted her resignation effective November 30th. Perry will begin a new position as the Associate Warden of Administration at the Mount Pleasant Correctional Facility in December. For the last 33 years, Perry has enjoyed working the Chamber of Commerce sector, but looks forward to this new opportunity. Perry has worked on many projects in the Mount Pleasant community, such as ribbon cuttings, Alive After 5 events, community engagement, helping to build employees with layoffs, legislative forums, and work with establishing childcare in Mount Pleasant. According to Chamber Board President Meg Rickman, the board officers will work with the ADC board leadership to form a search committee and begin the task of finding a new executive vice president as soon as possible. Rickman encourages members in the community to thank Christy for her tremendous leadership and wish her well in her future endeavors. The Washington County Board of Supervisors authorized a representative to sign a detour route Tuesday morning for road reconstruction planned on Highway 92 that will run from east of Ainsworth to 2nd Street in Columbus. The route is heavily trafficked by commuters between Washington and Louisa counties. Washington County Engineer Jacob Thoria said the Iowa Department of Transportation agreement would establish County Road G36 a few miles north as the detour route to reach Louisa County, rather than Riverside's Highway 22 as the Department of Transportation had initially proposed. Thoria said he and the Louisa County Engineer's Office made a joint appeal to the DOT to officially mark G36 as the detour, a move that would shift maintenance burdens to the state while the stretch of 92 remains closed. An exact timeline for when the construction is not yet official, but the agreement signed by Thoria Tuesday morning estimates an unspecified start date this fiscal year and an end date next fiscal year. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we'll have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. We have the weather coming up, but first, obituaries. Karen Ann Brown of Cedar Rapids passed away on October 9th at the age of 75. Celebration of life will be held in the spring or summer in Spring Grove, Minnesota. Valley of the Sun Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Kay Townsend of Swedesburg passed away on October 31st at the age of 77. No services are planned at this time. Kimsley Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. That was obituaries. It is now time for the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Ariola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community. Today has been a gloomy day with thunderstorms and a high of 64. The dreary weather will last through tomorrow morning and the high will only be 49. Sunday we should have some decent weather again with a high of 61 and partly cloudy skies. On Monday, temperatures will drop back down to the 50s and there will be mostly sunny skies. On Tuesday, it will be cloudy with a high of 62 and a low of 49. Last episode, I told you about how WACO is just one win away from making it to the UNI Dome. Tune in after the break to find out if they made it. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross, Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656. Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for sports.
And now, sports. Brought to you by Fairway.
WACO will be heading to the UNI Dome after a dominating 52-7 win over Montezuma. Montezuma got out to an early 7-0 lead to start the game on just 2 passes. After that, it was all WACO. Reichenbach had 5 touchdowns and a field goal. WACO will now take on Newell Fonda, who is 10-1 on the year, up in Cedar Falls at 1 p.m. on Wednesday. It'll be their first trip to the UNI Dome since 2010. For our viewers of the Southeast Iowa Union Sports Talk, despite the many talents of our sports writers, they cannot be in 2 places at once. Andy Krutzinger and Hunter Moeller will be covering the state game, and therefore there will be no sports talk this upcoming Wednesday. Sigourney Keyota's football team is also looking to make it to the Dome. What a ride it's been for the team this season. It didn't start out so hot with 2 straight losses to begin the season. Since then, the Cobras have been one of the hottest teams in the state, winning 8 straight games and putting themselves in position to make a trip back to the UNI Dome. Just one team stands in the way of that goal, and that's number 1 Van Meter. Last season, the Cobras made it to the quarterfinals as well, but were topped by Dyke New Hartford. They will look to flip the narrative this time around. Sigourney Keota will have to make the long trek to Van Meter. That game begins at 7 p.m. today. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This is the Southeast Iowa Union News Break, and I'll see you next time.